Hello, hello, hello! I am the Archivist, and that is my kitty. She says hi. And we are back! Last time we began building Vermilion Gym. Today we have 2 hours to get as much done of it as we can. We need to finish building these stands. And I actually have an idea, since the Vermilion Gym... I just was petting you 10 minutes ago, kitty. You want more pets? Since the Vermilion Gym stands just have sort of a generic back wall. Silly kitty. Theoretically I can just not do a special back wall, which gives me one more column to play with. And so I have an idea that I'm going to try on the other side. And if I like that better, that means redoing this side. Okay. But... well, no, not but. We're just gonna go do that now. And that way there's less to take down over there if we decide to redo it. So the idea... one sec. Here. Alright. The idea is that instead of stacking the teal portion of the iron bar on top of the yellow, instead, since the yellow is kind of in front, then that is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to make it just a little bit, well, we're going to make it 1 block higher. And we're going to see how that works out. So first, supplies. Alright, we have 16 of you, that's more than enough. We do not have any cross, so let's paint. That should do for now. Okay. And then we line it up. Alright, so that's for that. And across we go. Okay. Let's switch back to without the picture in the corner. Because I want it to be a big size so you can see it, but that means part of the screen is blocked, so we're going to switch back. I also, with me, have my Generation 1 Switch with the game open, so I can just go and look when I need to. Okay, so we do that, and the nice thing is that also means we don't have to bury the grates. They just actually fit down there. We already checked, we can't paint those. Yes, we can't paint those. Okay. The second nice thing is that there are metal drums sitting in these front areas, which are 2 blocks high. Alright, 1.5 block high. 1.33 block high? Still, more than 1 block. And over there we would have to bury them again. Or not, actually. I guess we wouldn't. Because the floor is on level with the green. Oh, no, no, no. The reds are down there. Alright. So yeah, so we would have to bury them again. Over here, if this design works out, we can just place them there and be done. Alright, so then... we're gonna need more of these. And we're actually probably gonna want some columns in that color as well. Yeah. Okay, we need to make more of those. And then we paint. Now, if this works, we'll bring this back as well. So actually, the metal can cannot go there. So we do that. Yeah, no. Sorry. Just a thought, these stands are essentially 2 blocks high, but you can't get the... Counting from Let's Go to Pokopia is interesting. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. And these do distinctly have more support pillars. Alright, are you even again? Yeah, here. Can't split the evens. And we're gonna need a couple more. Should just be 4 for the moment. I lied. This is somewhat why I tend to paint in sets of 10 or 5 or whatever it is. Like these are 10s. Because then I'm not wasting paint when I have to do 2 batches because I miscounted. Alright, so. That is those. Now we put the crossbar on. All the way across. Actually, probably not that one. Unfortunately, I have to go to Magnemite to... Well, I guess the Rock Smash would also work, but... Okay, so we do that. We do that. I kind of like it. Yeah, let's put that window back in. Because you can see the sort of distinct front and back, and I like that. I also like having more space underneath, honestly. This just looks... This looks a little odd. Smushed. It looks smushed. Technical term. And so I think I am gonna redo that and do this. But first let's finish building this one. Alright, let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to caption my videos through the rapid counting that I'll sometimes do was interesting. Learning the basic best practices of captioning in general has been interesting. And I've completely forgotten what the count was. Like that sentence, for example, is probably too fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 8, 8. So 16. Because you're supposed to have a certain character per second so that people can actually, you know, read the thing. And then as well as a max character per line, so there's not too much on screen. And everything, no matter what, should be on the screen for at least 1 second. Again, so people have time to see it and read it. And I talk too fast. And so, if I have 3 fast sentences, that middle sentence, or even it doesn't have to be a full sentence, it's if I have 3 fast sections as dictated by the character limit, that middle section, almost invariably, is too high of a character per second metric. So trying to nudge and stretch and make that work was interesting, and sometimes I just had to admit defeat. It's made me very aware that I talk fast, and I was not at all aware of this prior. I guess if I have these blocks in front, those supports in the middle down there, obviously, you cannot see. So then do we want to just get rid of the blocks right in front of it? Yes, actually, I like that look. Do we want to actually move these back? Ooh. I might like that. Move these back and get more grates. Okay, let's try it with this middle one. Wrong spot. Alright, and then I think I still have grates. Yeah. Of course, technically, that is not out of the way. Smear Guru, you need to... There we go. Technically it would be that, because we'd have one there, and... Yes, I like this. We're doing this. Need more grates. Alright, and we will need more here too, so 2 for there and 4 for here. Over here. You're there. But yes, I am very much liking that. Okay. This is half the fun of Pokopia sometimes. Trying things and deciding the great idea you had is not working. Alright, so you were there. And then... yeah. We're gonna need more of you, because You can see it goes back. That wall. So probably here. Of course, it should probably only be one tall because the next level is actually going to be the base of the seats, because that's the barrier that people don't hop into the main floor. Okay. And then we'll go and put 2 down here. 2 down here. Okay. Now we need... Oh. There is a feather. One moment. Hi, Muck. Alright, now we need the rough. And I think this is just painted gray. Yep. Okay, so... Now the rub becomes... Do we still make it... to... Because the gold will come back and then the teal is still the wall, so yeah. It does need to be here. That might fix our seat width miscount, if I'm remembering correctly. And that is too high. Silly archivist. Okay, let's try this again. And it needs something to build off of. Darn it. Okay. We will need more anyway. Every time. Every single time. Okay, we paint it gray. I do find it interesting that the gray is made from blue and white paint. The white and black paint makes... One sec, let me bring it up. It makes more of a brown color. This one. I mean, I can see it still being gray, but that is more brown to my eye. Speaking of which, I was putting captions on last week's live stream and noted that when painting the iron tiling, and I went to this, I'm like, not yellow. But I'm editing it on my computer, and I'm viewing the stream right now on my computer. I'm like, that looks more yellow than it does on my TV. Huh. Color is weird. Human eyesight is weird. Perception is weird. One of the trippiest things was seeing and this is from someone who does not know what trippy is about. Ooh. We only need 2. But there was, they will take a color, and then they will surround it with a lighter color, and they will take a different, alright, we're gonna have to label. Color A, there will be 2 dots of color A. The first one will be surrounded by a lighter color. The second one will be surrounded by a darker color. And yet comparing them, just visually, you can't tell that the 2 dots of A are the same color. The surrounding color affects your perception of it. It's just odd. Okay, so the stair is there. Yes, I'm getting the stair ready. Please chill. Alright, so door here. This might be the issue, actually. Because, as I discovered in a different gym, it was really funny, actually. I was going inside Pewter, which I built for... well, no, that's not true. Pewter, which I had built second. I started off with Cinnabar, because that was the smallest one, so less to redo as I figured out the basic method. But I went into Pewter, and Smear Guru was following me. And I tried to come out, and I got the notification of, he can't follow. I'm like, why not? It's a straight shot. I went back, and he's up in the stands looking out a window. So I go up, I find him, I come back down the stairs, and trot off again, and get the message again. I come back, he is again in that window. So this time, I go straight out the door, and I watch. And what happens is, I use the stylish door, which is too high. And the stair was right behind the stylish door. He did not have the clearance to get out. He could get in just fine, apparently, but he did not have the clearance for his head to get out the door. So that was funny. It does mean, though, that I think I need to make these stairs that is blue. We need gray. Just a bit further in, just so they're actually usable by at least some Pokemon. Alright. Make 10. Make 10. If I were really going for the gyms being completely and utterly Pokemon friendly, well, one, Steelix and Onix are baffling. Because all of our not prefab house doors, because prefab houses you just time-space shenanigans, or at least space shenanigans. We ignore that. But all of the doors we build, except for the shutters, I think, but all of the, like, doors, are only too high. And at most too wide. And Onix and Steelix are definitely a 3x3x3 model, from my experience. So those poor ones, poor little rocks, have to stay outside. Except not, apparently, so meh. Hand wave. These are not the physics you are looking for. But if you're going to try and make buildings suit most 98% of the Pokemon, it needs to be 2x2. The walkways, the stairs, the doors, everything. I am not doing that. These gyms are big as they are. We haven't even gotten to Saffron. Celadon is also huge, but Saffron is ridiculous. ridiculous. Partly because of the actual floor, and partly for the fact that I don't have teleportation portals. That seems like an oxymoron. But I don't have the little teleport tiles to stand on and connect to each other, which would be awesome if we could do it. I'm not sure how they would make that work, but it would be awesome. Actually, it could be, the connection could be kind of like the electricity boxes. Because I have noticed, once something is sort of registered to a transmitter, it tends to stay with that transmitter, even if you put a different transmitter near it. So they could do something like that to connect the tiles. Or make the game more complicated. Either way. But do not have those tiles, and so having to plan, not gonna spoiler that, plan around that is just gonna take up so much space. I don't want to make the stands bigger. Okay, where are we on chairs? I used all my chairs. Alright, let's plan out how many. We got 1, 2, 3, space. 1, 2. Only 2 because we have a barrier up here. Actually, yes. Add one there. Like, technically, I don't think they have that in Let's Go. It's empty, but that satisfies me personally. Alright, so 5 here. 1 and a 2 and a space and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. And we have an extra. Alright. So 5 and 6. So 22 total? Okay, and half of them we paint deep blue. Alrighty. We run all the way around and up. Okay, let's do the red first. So 1 and a 2. Other side. We'll probably do 3 and 3. Okay. Nice. So now, first I want to wall in the stairs. That's probably a me thing. But I don't like having open walls on stairs. I am... Sillily is not a word. I am odd? Ridiculous? One of those two, or both. When it comes to, as I'm building, thinking about usability, about safety concerns in this world of Pokemon, and especially considering I am a Ditto and I just go plop. But I design with that in mind sometimes, like I was building a subway system. under my town. Okay, let's do it one by one. Be methodical about this. Anyway, I was building the subway system. And it was a subway instead of just, putting mine tracks on the roads. Because, well, people are walking along these roads. Someone's gonna crash into someone. That's gonna be a hazard. And so there's a dedicated subway track under the road. And then I was putting elevators to get down to it. And I was like, okay, but what if we can't just have the elevators? That's a fire hazard. If there's a fire, you need to use the stairs. I don't want to build stairs for this, just trying to organize it, because I had the lane all planned out. These came later. So I'm like, okay, what we'll do to satisfy not being dependent on electricity in an emergency is we will build a ladder instead of stairs down to the subway. I am ridiculous. Oh my gosh. While I'm thinking of it, and before I wall in the underneath, let's make some more of these. At least 2 each side, I think. Because there's red and there's blue. You can mostly only see it in the front area, but then again, Surge has 6 total next to him, so let's just make 10 for now, and we will reevaluate later. And we will paint these, because these can be painted red. Alright. No, so we do run into the same problem of we can't turn the barrels on their side. Which is a slight disappointment in Pokopia that you can't turn stuff on its side. I understand. I understand why. But, nah. You know what we could do instead of having it? Let's go down to the lower right. Yeah, red in front, okay. We could put them there, in between the supports. Yes, I like that. And then we'll put a blue one here. And then we don't have to dig, because that... I don't really like that. It offends my sensibilities. But we still have the barrels that you can see. Okay, we like that. We will keep that. We don't see any back here, though, so we will skip that. Which means, I think we just need the sides. Okay. Horse Maker are kind of trying to keep up with me. Okay, so we... Let's see, that's the outer shell. So we build it to here, which means this divides very nicely. Alright, we do that for the base. We need more, don't we? We need more. Alright, let's paint some more. Because we do want that... I cannot think of the word. Slanted. That'll work. Let's just paint all of these. Slanted side. So you go there. And then we have you. I'm remembering correctly. I am not remembering correctly. There is no way I am remembering correctly. I guess I am, because I checked this against Cerulean's half build last time. So you go there. And I think what I'll do is I will have the column go up there. Which means I need more of them. We need to paint them first. One, two, three, four, five, six on both sides. We'll just do 20 and call it good for the moment. Alright, I can live with that. I find the see-through portion amusing, but I can live with that. To the other side. Switch. We need to paint some more of the striped. Okay. Good, and then to finish it off, that. Excellent! I am actually very pleased with this. Yes, I like this better than that. Yes. Success! Okay, now to... How much of this do I need to... Forgot the stairs. All the talk of accessibility and forget one set of stairs. Ahem. Okay, how much of this needs to come down? Probably... Honestly, probably most of it. And we are going to... not use Magnemite for that. Okay, and then... What? We can't just destroy the grates? Okay. Oh good, I didn't do the floor down there. Which means I don't have to undo the floor down there. Excellent, okay. First, let's fill that in. Because then, we can go Graveler on this row. We cannot. What silliness is this? That is baffling, honestly. Because clearly, I have the powered up rock smash. And yet, when I'm Graveler, no dice. That is weird. I wonder if that's a bug or if that is actually how they meant that to work. Mystery for the ages. Okay. Then I think what we'll do is build the... Yes. Build this one back. Because that... Order of operations. Lets us just walk across here, pretty much. Take out this. Unfortunately, we can't pull the chairs back because there's nowhere for us to go when we do that. And because I already destroyed the front, I can't push the chairs back. That was a miscalculation. So we're just gonna have to pick them all up and put them back down. And we're gonna have to do the same with the top row, because miscalculation. Well, actually we should wait, because we are redoing the edges. So let's get the iron stuff done first, so that we only have to put the chairs down once. Okay, so that's the front. And then we need you for the back. And then we actually need one less over here. I think we need one less over here too. Yes. Okay. So then... you go there. Here. Which I didn't finish doing over here. And we need the crossbar, and we don't have any non-painted crossbar. Maybe next time. We are on a mission. Too many. Check my supplies. Oh wait, there they were. Unsorted, lost track of them. I don't think there's any way to prevent this one from crossing. That's just how these... No, there is. Because this didn't cross, so is it... Okay, so if we put the yellow down first, and then we put the green down. Yes, that works. Okay. Note. And down. Should we have grates on the side? Yeah. Yeah. Consistency. Consistency is supreme. Excellent, okay. I am actually really pleased with how this turned out. Last week's design would have technically worked, but it looked a tad silly to me. I like this. Okay. So it means we do want to build the yellow first. That way, less shenanigans. Need some more of the columns. Paint them yellow. And back. And then all the way here. Excellent. Oh wait, I have 20. I have 20 that we can paint right here. And off to go. Off we go. The things that will sometimes come out as I think one thing and switch what I'm thinking in the middle of a sentence and wrong. And it gets weird. Then there's of course just flat out the name replacing. And that's something that apparently runs in the family. Alright, and you there. There, okay. And then I guess there's one there and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. And paint. Since I'm all the way back here, as we make our way back towards where we're working. I'm gonna need more of the fencing, aren't I? 1, 2, 4, and 2. Yeah, we're gonna need more. Hopefully that will hold. But first, put there. And you there. No. And down. Excellent. Back to here. Please do not get walled in, Smear Guru. That is not fun for either of us. Right, excellent. And then we should be able to... Ooh. Okay, there we go. In the proper direction. That is not the proper direction. All right. Wait. Darling. What did I just tell you? You're ridiculous. Okay. Okay. So there's most of the shelf. Before we forget, let's put the stripey in. And that's here. And then we wall in the stairs. Alrighty. Wait. Use a wall in the stairs. More! Because we don't want them wandering off under the stands. And over on the other side too. That one is probably not needed. Because the wall is going to come right across here. We are going to do that anyway, though. Uh, 20 just to be safe. And around back to the other side. And we are... we are making walls that no one is ever gonna see. Excellent. Alright, let's put the railing down. And we need to paint 2 more railing. I'm going to paint 10 because it cost me nothing. Plus I have plans for it later. Alright, so you go there. Seats. It's the little things in life that wouldn't... Wrong place. Why do I have 5 chairs left over? 2 chairs left over. Made too many, apparently. No! I had too many from the previous design. That's what it is. We can count. Okay. We have stairs, both up and down. We have railings. We have chairs. We have the decorative outer wall of the stands. Ah, we need the sides. Excellent. And over here too. Alright. Stands are done. Puzzle is done. Doors. Once the puzzle is operating, work. So the next bit is this room. Surge is standing here, and we have barrels on either side of the stage. Close enough. Okay. So the question becomes, since this is supposed to be the only door, and the room for Surge is... Well, one, I'm gonna need bricks. The room for Surge is 1, 2, 3? Yeah, wall there. Why do I have space to the sides? Yeah, the wall should come out here and then go. Anyway. We have 3 spaces here that we need to do something with. And actually... Yes. Matches the rest of the place. and then the walls will wall it up, but we can still see through it, which is the main thing I was concerned about. I didn't want to bring a wall in all the way. Okay. That'll work. Okay, so now we need bricks, and we also need... Not columns, I don't think. Because, as evidenced over here. Problem. But some yellow block. Not gold tiling. But still a yellow block. Let's go look and see what we can come up with. And make the bricks. Okay, you are the brick wall. Yes, we'll make you. Okay. We're just gonna make a decent amount of you. Then we're not doing you. So what would be a good... I wonder if simple would work. It's not... Actually, yeah, it is kind of shiny, isn't it? The tiling is squares and there's smooth that has the horizontal line. Yeah, technically the columns should match the stands, but no. So yeah, I have simple with me. We'll just paint some of those and see how we like that. Bright yellow. What I also need to do is, Surge has posters. And torn off posters. We can't do the torn off ones, but we can, if I remember where they are, put posters up. And the question becomes, what posters do I want to put up? I don't think any of the landscape ones, as in positioning. Probably not this one, just for thematic reasons. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 of you. And we want probably 5? Yeah. I think we'll want 5. So actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, because I think these are all similar sizes. Let me go check something real quick. Hoppity, hoppity. Alright, so let's see. Ah. The scissor one is the same size. Okay. And then not you, not any of you. And you guys are bigger. Alright, so I think these small ones then. Yeah. Alright, so then the question becomes, which ones? Let's see. I want this one. It's fun. Oh, there's a Drifloon in there! And Tatsugiri! I never looked close enough to realize that. I just saw the puppy. Well, that one definitely. Definitely the sun. Oh, we're in Electric Gym. We have to put Toxie in there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I think fruit and scissor. Okay. There's one. And a 2. And a 3. And a 4. And a 5. Alright. Woot! I am very pleased with how this is coming along. Okay, first the simple. Because there is a baseboard, essentially. Now the funny thing is, where the baseboard meets the column is actually a darker block. Did I keep the gold in my inventory? No. No, I did not. Do I want to go find some, or do I just want to make some? I think we'll just make some. I probably have so much sitting in my inventory because I keep making it and then putting it away and then forgetting about it. But yes, just for my own amusement. We're gonna put that there. And we need to be in Magnemite, I think. Alright, just there. Now, because of the camera of Let's Go, we have no clue what the ceiling looks like. So, we're going to leave that there for the moment. The ceiling is going to be this block above here. Which is 1, 2, 3 ceiling? Alright, so we can put that out. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And the other side? Alright, and then 1 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Filling in this part. I think I might just not. The gate is mostly so that theoretically you don't just walk around the door. But if we trust that people actually want to finish the puzzle, and they're not just gonna hop over the gate, then there's no need to fill this in. What I might do... Yes. I think we'll do that. And still for my own amusement. That. Okay. The rest of the wall is brick. We're gonna need more brick. Or maybe not. I absolutely spoke too soon. We are going to need more brick. Not for this wall in particular. Oh, for this wall in particular. Why is... Ah. Of course. Because we can't center anything in this game. Okay, anyway. More brick! But we also need to enclose the stage area with the brick. So, lots more brick. We'll be thorough. Okay. So first here. Then more baseboard. Right, we have to go behind. We could push these barrels forward and then transform the entire thing. Yeah. I think so. Because that's the outer shell. And then stair. Yep. The wall has to go here. So we push you forward. Oh wait. That's where this is going to kick our butt. The wall needs to go here. Which leaves... Arg! Okay. How do we want to deal with this? I don't want to make the opening wider. So. So, we will just deal with the barrels being 3 in a row. We will just deal. Yep, we will just deal. Eye twitching the entire time. Oh, I destroyed them. I was like, why? When did those get in my inventory? You just replaced them. Too tall. Alright, you go there. Okay, now we have to deal with door shenanigans again. I think I've been making this only a 1 wide door. Oh wait. Nope, finish the wall and then we can replace it. The wall technically has, in the Lieutenant Surge area, has more columns than just brick. Okay, so you go here. Okay, then we need above the door. Okay. Now. That would be kind of hilarious. Let's not do that. Alright, so definitely the... Even though you're not gonna see it from inside, definitely the corners. Yeah, I can't see it. Okay. Honestly, that should probably make me do an actual pillar on the inside. Here, let's move that barrel. And try it just on this side and see how we like that. Oh, drat, I kind of like that. Okay, let's replace some with... Yeah, that's about even. Okay, so let's replace some of the walls, and then we'll come back to that decision. The decision is also good because it more evenly divides the walls to have... Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, and then you have 3 in the center, and then... No, because it's not even, because of course not. The problem really is that we knew that the door is not even, and there's a center line down the gym, which means shenanigans. But we put the grates in is the thing, and I like the grates and I am keeping them, darn it. Which means I have to deal with this area no longer being symmetrical. We could put in a 2x2, make 2 sets of stairs. If we do that, we probably just... Yep, that's long-term, for my sanity, a better idea. Alright, I need a step. Okay. So we are going to paint 1 step. We're going to put the step down. We're going to destroy more of the stage. Darn it all, those are not the same color. What color did I originally have you on? Orange? We went for orange? Yes, we did, and I can see why. Let's just paint another one. Yeah, that's like bright flower yellow. Whereas this, on my TV screen at least, is more of a darker yellow. And while I'm here and while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna paint another one actual yellow. And then in the light of day, look at them again and see which one I like better. I am definitely leaning towards the orange one though. Yeah, that just... Again, light of day, but that matches better. Okay. So that's you, so then we pick you up, because we can't pull or push you anywhere. Put you back down. Then you can push there. And hey, we're symmetrical again. Okay. We need more simple. Paint. 20, I think, should be enough. And 1 too many. now, that lets us... Yeah, that lets us do this. Okay. Yes, that looks acceptable. I actually really like that. Woot! Okay. One note that I just realized. Instead of putting concrete here, I only have one. Let's put the iron plate flooring there. Going to make some more. Okay. And then based on the wall, we're gonna do brick staircases in the back. Don't think I have any with me, so we need to make some. Not that many. Alright, it is 1, 2... No, we're just gonna make 15. And deal. I have a snack. Pretty sure Smear Guru likes dry things. Alright. Also, we're done? Yep, we are done with the inside first floor. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, which means we are... So, technically, gyms tend to have one floor. But, you go to a gym, and you do the puzzle, and you come back here, and Smearguru runs off. And you meet the gym leader, and you do not battle on this itty-bitty little stage. There's, you know, space shenanigans, and suddenly there's a battle arena. And so what I decided to do was just make a second floor that had the battle arena. Alright, so first off, we need a floor. And I should have made more. Okay, first put this down. Okay. Try this again. So we make that, and that. And then stairs. And we go... yeah, here. Right. 1, 2, 3. I think I've been doing 4, and then landing. And then more stairs. Does not like that. That was too many. Yes. Alright, and then for the walls, let's do you. Alright. And then stairs. And now we get to putting a ceiling on this. Actually, we should probably start building the shell. How'd you get all the way down there? You can stay there for now. Good gosh. Okay. So, everything is pretty much set. No more moving the door around. I need more of that wood. Yes, I realize they are having trouble following me. It is their own... How did they just fell off? Okay, so we need one of you. Alright, how much foundation do I actually have? 81? We will probably need more for... We will probably need more. But that will do for now. What do you want me to do about that? Build stairs? Yes, that is what they want me to do about that. Alright. So first off, not you. You. Okay. Foundation first. No. And around. Don't wall in your stairs. Alright, now we have to go... Oh, darn it all. Boo. Oh well. We'll extend the cliff face again. Or not. Maybe we'll just whistle and hope that no one comments. Alright. And we do indeed need more foundation. Alright. And it is nearly 7:30. Which means half an hour left in this stream. Guess we could probably have him follow us again, since there are stairs, natural stairs, right there. And we're gonna paint the rest of them as well, just so they're in one nice stack. Once we use some more of them. Alright, if I can get up there, so can you. One time I was searching for glowy spots with Arcanine. Oh dear. Finding natural stairs for him to hop around on was... It was a thing. And we go over... You... definitely whenever I go searching now, flyer. Get a flyer. It just makes it so much simpler. Okay, there's the foundation. We are ignoring the overhang. Let's put the door in. It's nice just to have that. Oh wait, we're missing some foundation. Excellent, let's put the door in the other side. Excellent. And now the eternal question. What do we use for the wall? Let me go check some of my others real quick. Because part of building all of the gyms has actually been experimenting with materials. Gotta admit, I do like this. There's also the gym partially still standing in the Skylands. And you can, you know, evaluate material from that. And the one in the Skylands uses the iron plating like this. Which I'm not opposed to. The question is, which one do I like better? Also, which do I have the resources for? Let's go look up resources too. Let's on my game take another look at the outside of the gym. Posters! I forgot to put the posters up. Okay, we will have to do that. I think the plating, even though it is horizontal lines instead of vertical lines, I think the plating is where it's at. More than the smooth of the simple. Okay, well, good to know. Okay, posters, posters. Do we just put them in order? For simplicity's sake, we will just put them in order. We are going to put the sun one up here, and this is going to drive us nuts. If it's not one thing, it's another. No, that's not. Come on, let me just... Okay, fine. Fine. There. Okay, poster's done. Crisis averted. Okay. So we're going to use the iron plating. Which means first we are going to put down just one layer. Because then the windows start. And it's easiest to put the windows down. And then just fill in the blocks around the windows. Oh, is that all over my head? That is all over my head, okay. Why? I wasn't even pushing you, you fell off that of your own accord. my workstation is not at the front of the gym anymore. Put it in here. Yeah, so the stairs go up, which means under here is just empty space. But theoretically, I could make like a restroom back here, or green room they're called in the theater, I think. Just place for people to rest and hang out between being on stage or going to the battle arena. Anyway, for the moment I might just... No, I might... I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet. Let's not pretend otherwise. Okay, we are looking for iron plating. Alright, it is the iron ore. So the limit today might be... It's either going to be time or it's going to be resources. We shall see which. Okay, and we are hungry. The interesting thing about the windows, though, is I put the windows in for the exterior aesthetic, which means I will put windows sometimes in that look at a wall, an inner wall, or into the empty space below the stairs. So I might decorate the empty space below the stairs at some point, just because there's a window into it. Okay, there's the first layer. Now we start with windows. Windows! Okay. And we do like it one away from corners. Ooh, nice. And I've been making them 3 high. In the game, you can see that they're only 2 high, but the 3 looks better when I'm looking at the outer gym. And you can sort of see it from here. 2 would leave just a bit too much blank space above it, and of course then I go and add a second floor on top of it, which completely ruins that, but for the moment, that is what we are doing. And this is going to be an example of, well no, count from the door, we have learned this. Still, example of the window does not necessarily look at something. Especially in Vermilion, where there's an actual back to the stands, the windows are looking at a wall. They're not there to be useful. Now the ones on this side could theoretically be looking into the room. Or letting in sunlight. We like sunlight, don't we? Now this one is an interesting window. I don't have it in the others. Usually the stand wall comes right up against whatever back wall I have. So this is just, I find this amusing. Okay, and then around back, because we put the windows on the back too. Nope, 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 no Skippy. No Skippy. Oh, nice. need more windows. I'm gonna end up walling my workbench. Yeah, we're gonna move you, because otherwise I will wall you in and I will absolutely forget. So for the moment, what we will do is, because I do make the floor, wrong one. I do make the floor out of these simple flooring for reasons that we will get to when we get there. So we will just put some floor down. Put the workbench down. Okay. Windows. We were doing windows. You! Okay. Wrong one. Excellent. Almost there. This is another one where we start at the door. Excellent. Okay. And then we fill in with the iron plate. This is the more tedious portion of building the gyms, is the outside, the shell. Though I do have an idea for the roof that I haven't tried yet from the door. And so I think I will do an experimental roof on this one. And see if I like it. Alright, excellent. Windows done. Alright, so one thing... Right, where is Smear Guru? Oh hey, you made it up here finally. One thing I need to do is the ceiling for the door. And I've done other things. You saw the tent roof on Cerulean. And so I was thinking... Oh yeah. Oh. Its original orange is not quite the painted orange. Interesting. Interesting. Do we care about you? Doesn't look like it's gonna cost us anything more. Might as well. Okay. Have him follow us just because. Don't fall off the cliff. Okay. Now, first, the plating, I think. And then, the experiments. We can't make it too... This is gonna be a no. It was an idea, but this is gonna... Actually... I don't hate it. Huh. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I had a thought. Let's try the thought. we have more of the wooden blocks. What happens if we put the wooden blocks down and then the awning on front of it? Yes! Yes. And this is actually really good because, wait for it. It makes putting the gym emblem so much easier. For the tent, I have to put a block down, put the gym emblem down, destroy the block, and then put the tent roof in. Here, the emblem just sits on a block. Yes. Okay. I do not hate this. Ooh. Interesting. Of course, the awning, I don't think... Actually, I'm curious. I eat first. I was gonna say the tent can corner, like the roofs can. I don't think an awning can, but let's put it out just to see. No. That might be a cool update. If you put one in a corner, it curves itself, sort of like the minecarts do. But very small. I actually really kind of like this. Okay, so you are staying for the moment. Calm. We are calm. We are not calm. Who are we kidding? We're gonna need more iron plating. Which means we need more ore. Luckily, I am by my smithy. Which is where my ore Pokemon are. As well as, I've been leaving ore in here because I knew if I was going to do the iron plating, I would need more. Okay. And then I left my workbench up here. I do tend to carry multiple workbenches. I always try to have one that I just flat out don't use because it holds the space in your inventory. If you put down your only workbench and then you make something, whatever you made, especially if the workbench is in your handy bag, it goes into the workbench's space. And so then once you pick up the workbench, you have to manually go and switch them. That got annoying. Oh, right, the doors are not open. One sec, I will be right there. Anyway, so I keep one workbench that is purely, its only purpose in life is to hold the place. We're gonna need a lot of the workbench in the handy bag so that I don't have to constantly be... Words are hard. So I don't have to constantly be rearranging my bag to get it the way I want. Here we go. Okay. And a 3 and a down. Corner. And away we go. And around. We are ignoring the overhang. This is so much simpler than putting the wall there and then putting the windows in. Because if you just put the wall there, either you're putting the entire wall there, and you then have to magnemite away the spaces for the window, and then put the windows in there, or you have to, one by one, place the columns to be the wall. This is so much more efficient. Also, this is what I'm talking about with clearance. So you can go here and then there's a space for you to step. If the stair is right in front of it, you're going up, and Smear Guru did not have the space to get his head through. And so he was stuck in the stands. It was amusing. Once I figured out what was going on, it was amusing. Before I knew what was going on, it's like, what is wrong? Why are you being fussy? You aren't. I just poorly designed the stairs. I think they're playing tag with someone in the background. Okay, more iron plating. Yeah, I should go on a 3-mile harvest spree and get more iron, or otherwise I am going to run out. But I will do that off stream. Alright, excellent. Okay. And now we do... Well, we can just do 3. Because the floor is just inner, so... Do this quick. There we go. Okay. And around we go. And you see what I mean about the... You just go and add a second floor and that ruins the... And more. Ruins the spacing with the windows. And yet, I don't really want to... Too far. Make a second row of windows? It's... Because basically the second row of windows would pretty much be looking at nothing for the most part. Like even more than the first row. You know what? If I'm going to experiment with the second row of windows, here, we can probably get close enough to pewter. Like that looks nice only because the second row, the second floor has not been added. I really wanted to start with Vermilion for the stream, so Cerulean is sort of in holding. But you can see here, there's a lot of space between the windows and the top, but making the windows go all the way up looks really weird. But making a second row of windows, you'd probably start here and go 3. Yeah, that would work. But just, what would you be looking at? So a lot of it would be looking at the back of the stands. And even... Oh no. I guess this one would work. In the center. So, if there were a time to experiment with it, since I'm going gym by gym, probably I will do that with Vermilion, and we will make a second row of windows and see how we like it, along with the experimental roof. The idea is, that uses the pop art blocks to get the sort of layered look that the Let's Go Gym roofs have. And the idea for Vermilion is to actually make a 3-block layer for the roof and see if we like that better. We shall see. I made more blocks, right? Yep, I made more blocks. If we are going to put windows in, as I mentioned with it being easier to put the windows in first, that's probably what I need to do next. Okay. And then, let's see. Yeah, so the ceiling is going to be here. And then the floor for the next one is here. We make it 2 blocks thick, because otherwise the pattern on the second floor becomes the ceiling. So blank ceiling, second floor, window. And I think that'll work. That's what we're gonna do. But it is 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, till I am ending the stream, so that will likely be next week. We do not have enough iron ore. I think I have a 99 stack still in that storage box. Let's see how much we can get done in 4 minutes. Yep. And we'll definitely be harvesting iron before next week. Down, down, down. Make more. We're gonna need more. So much. We're gonna need so much. As a note, so I'm going to try and keep to a schedule, at least 1 stream per week that is scheduled. Repeating myself. But then I might hop on just randomly otherwise throughout the week. And so my plan is, if I start a project on my scheduled stream, it stays on my scheduled stream. Don't skip a row. And that way, someone can follow it from beginning to end. And then the random streams will just be whatever suits my fancy that day. Just as a note. Ah! Well, this has been a good day. I am very pleased with the new stand design. We ran out again. As well as the back room and the brick wall around the back room. It's been a good day. Workbenches this way. And food. Ah, yes, that will work. And we go this way. We've already filled in that corner. Excellent, okay. And the next stop is I need simple flooring to make the first layer of the ceiling floor. Ah, but that is... I think we're gonna call it, for the stream, there. Ah! So excited! I am very pleased with this. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again. I need to figure out how to talk. I am bad at it. Hope everyone has a great week. Bye!